they're born for the underworld of dirt and darkness, digging and tunnelling in search of prey. But when they race back out into the world of light and bright open spaces, what do they see? Or perhaps more importantly, what don't they see? All creatures, great and small, have their own unique way of viewing the world. So join me on a fascinating journey as we discover the secrets of ferret vision and experience the world of humans through the eyes of a ferret.